It was 50 years ago this fall, back in 1961, in only the second year of the school, only the second year of football for any of the young men that were part of the team. It ended up being a magical year, an undefeated season for the Turkey Valley Trojans. They play their games in Lawler. Turkey Valley, the school we know of today, did not exist yet. The high school was in Lawler. The football team practiced at what is now the softball field in Lawler. They actually played some games at that very site. They had a coach, Don Brooks, who was kind of legendary himself, and he put together a fantastic football team. And we're going to talk with one of the members of that 1961 squad that went 8-0 at Turkey Valley, Bill Sheridan, right after this. Polaschik's. When you hear the name, you think of great tasting meat. Paul and Judy have been making award-winning sausage since 1983. But that's not all. Just about every brat you eat at ball games and celebrations around here comes from Polaschik's. Look for the award-winning Polaschik products at your favorite grocery store, or get your favorite cut of meat at Polaschik's Locker Service, serving you in the Protovan area since 1983. Visit their website at Polaschik'sLocker.com.
Talking with Bill Sheridan from the class of 1962 at Turkey Valley, and we're going to be talking about a very magical football season back in 1961 when the Turkey Valley Trojans, only in their second year of existence, went undefeated, defeated three conference champs in that year, never played a home game. Bill, really, it's one of those things, I think, you have to feel fortunate to be part of that, and you've been able to, I'm sure, relive a lot of it over the last 50 years. But when you're part of something like that, that is really something very special, isn't it?
Well, Randy, it is. And the thing is, when you're going through it, you don't realize that. You're just playing your kids. You're playing the ball games. It was exciting to have a new sport. I think I mentioned one time when we had a little interview about a year ago talking about the 50 years at Turkey Valley, that here our first practice, we were putting our pads on backwards, and we just absolutely didn't have a clue about it, and had some terrific coaches, and it was just wonderful. And then and at the time, of course, there was no state championship, so it was a little bit easier than it would be today. And I'm sure in the past 50 years, there's been Turkey Valley teams a lot better than us, but frankly, we're at the right place at the right time with the right players, and I personally was just thrilled to be one small part of it. And our last game this season was against a traditional powerhouse up there, and that's South Winneshiek. And I was just looking at the annual. We beat them 12-7 when Tom McGreevy our quarterback was also a cornerback, and made a terrific interception to save the game for us at the end. But it was just so much fun, and not only from an athletic standpoint, but also from a standpoint of the school, because nobody had a background in football. It wasn't like today where you have ESPN and everybody armchair quarterback's an expert. We just didn't have football on television much back then, and so we were learning it, and the parents were learning it, and they became friends coming to ball games. We got instantly hooked up with our classmates. I'm from Lawler, and the other two towns that were there at the time were Fort Atkinson and Malcolm. Now St. Lucas and Protovan are also part of the district, but at the time we didn't have any kids on the team from there. But it was just awesome. And if you don't mind, I would like to read out of the 62 annual what Coach Brooks said under Coach's comments. He said, Turkey Valley's Trojans went undefeated in 8 outings during the 1961 season. The fact that this squad had only one season of experience and accomplished their record against top competition, including 2 conference champions, is truly an outstanding achievement. Only players with outstanding ability, willingness to work, and a great desire could be responsible for the success enjoyed by Turkey Valley High School during the 1961 football season. Congratulations, Trojans, Coach Don Brooks. Well, that was his letter. I would have to say, without Coach Don Brooks, who died way too young out in California after he left Turkey Valley, and Don Vavida, who also passed away just a few years ago, and also Coach Edgar Farnham, those three guys did a terrific job with us, Randy. I think we only knew, I'm guessing, 15 or 20 plays. You know, we'd know them to the right, we'd know them to the left, and that was about it. But gee whiz, he worked as hard, and Brooks was a taskmaster, little guy, and he was a taskmaster, and really did a nice job with us. So, and by the way, I also would like to point out that the three of the guys, I'm going to mention some of the players, but three of the guys from that team passed on. Kenny Lechtenberg and Donnie Praska, who were just great backs, tough arm kids, and Mark Balk also passed away from the team. But on the team was Tom McGreevy was quarterback, and Terry Blong was a halfback. Jerry Balk was a tackle. Donnie Praska was a tackle, and he also played in the backfield. Keith Blue from football was a fullback. Tom Leonard was a right guard, and Mark Balk played the left half, and Nick Ernest, Binky, was a tackle, and Dave Schmidt, my buddy Pancake, he was an end, and Greg Timlin was a guard, and Lauren Omling was a guard, and Merle Huber was an end, and I was a big, heavy, 165-pound center. So we weren't very big, but it was just a wonderful time, and just to look back over 5 decades and to see that it hasn't happened again, frankly, is pretty exciting, Randy.
Well, it is, and it's got to be something that is special to all the people involved, not only the football players, but it had to be a big thing for the school itself, too, I would think, Bill, being only the second year, and it was actually your first year having a homecoming, because in 1960, I guess there was no need to have a homecoming because it was the first year of the school.
Ines Bodensteiner was the first homecoming queen. She's now Ines Mim. I think she goes by Ann now. But yeah, she was our first homecoming queen. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that's absolutely true. And to clarify, we did have some home games, but we played actually played on the outfield of the Lawler, what's now the Lawler softball park.
Oh, okay, so you did play at home. You just didn't have home uniforms.
Correct.
Yeah.
All we had was white uniforms.
Okay.
When we played away, whoever we played had to play in their away uniforms. We played Fredericksburg, Orange Township, which is down by Waterloo, and I don't think is no longer in existence. Mm-hmm. Chipola, Cresco, Norris Springs, Arlington, St. Ansgar, and South Winnebago.
That's Bill Sheridan from the class of 1962 at Turkey Valley talking about a phenomenal year. The Turkey Valley Trojan football team of 1961 in its second year of existence, going 8-0. And if you haven't picked up Bill's book yet, make it a point to do it. It's a great read about a lot of interesting characters and interesting stories about Lawler back in his day in the 50s and 60s. For WDDnews.com Sports, I'm Randy Novotny.